is Sumedha, your host on the Bluntly Streaming podcast, where conversations are as straight as my hair on a good day. Today we have a stellar guest, though we made him sit down, but he's good at stand-up. You know, he's the Rolex of the industry. He's played it all, from being a TV actor to a host to a comedian. He's one and only Cyrus Broacha. Hi Cyrus. Today I have a bucket list of questions for you, but let's first start with an icebreaker. Or should I call for some ice, in case it burns later?
Okay, I just want to say, अगर ये level of comedy है show में, you've got the right person on it. Yeah. I'll take the icebreaker. Western icebreaker. Can I have it?
Yeah, sure.
High budget show. Vika, on our podcast you only offer chai.
So, after having this, show us how cool are you?
I did a show called Khatron Ke Khiladi. Sorry. I'll get to the cool point where I couldn't open anything. There are a lot of locks involved and all, because I have very poor motor skills. This is from childhood. So as you can see, I'm not being able to open this. Finally. Are these your sponsors?
No, they don't have bad breath.
I'm not really cool. If you talk to my mother or my wife, I'm a complete, I can't use the word, but it's like a horrible phrase. They feel I'm a complete failure. Just the other day, my wife told me, you're 52 and you're the worst behaved out of all the kids in the lane who get in the house. So I think I've reached a point where now I have no self-esteem left and self-respect for myself because of the way women have treated me. Right now, you see that sound?
Yep.
It's the Mahila Mandal of Mumbai downstairs screaming that I should be beaten up.
I have only called them.
You have no idea what's going on.
So actually, I'm a big feminist, and
Why? More?
and I wanted to ask you, now that you took the conversation that side, that you seem like a nice guy, but you did Bakra. You never did Bakri. What was the reason?
This word is not mine. We are inheriting the word Bakra, which literally means goat, or rather scapegoat, which is the word. But we used to do a lot of jokes, Bakri, because whenever the gag was on a female or female was involved, we would say Bakri for what it's worth. But this is more like I would blame India for this. Hindustan ki point hai that the word Bakra is pushed more than Bakri. And it's just like a colloquial word, so it's not my fault. We wanted to call it all kinds of different names. And then we finally settled on Bakra because people, while we were doing it, would say Bakra. So we just realized that was the way the crew would use. Abhi Bakra karna. They kept saying it like that, so that's why we stuck with the name. First it was Bali Ka Bakra, then it was some prankster, and this, that. All stupid names were there. So we gave up. We went with Bakra because everyone was saying Bakra. We ended it.
Okay, so moving on to another show of yours, you used to do this show called The Week That Wasn't. And I was so excited for it that I used to just switch off the TV right before it used to come. So I remember the timing. So was there any joke that kind of backfired and you couldn't even broach a, sorry, no pun intended, broach a discussion on it again?
Not backfired. I'll tell you, Prakash Javadekar had called up once and he said he liked the show. We got some feedback from Chidambaram when he was in power. So a lot of them actually liked the show and, treated us quite well when we met them. But my dad got a little angry because we had once made fun of Kapil Dev. And, Kapil Dev's sometimes language skills go, his Hindi is like mine or his English is like mine, I don't know. Sometimes it goes here and there. So we may have done too much of that. And my dad got very angry. He said, why are you making fun of Kapil Dev? Kapil Dev is a sportsman. You make fun of the politicians, all these powerful figures. Why making fun of Kapil Dev, the iconic Kapil Dev who we grew up on? So I did feel bad and I did apologize to Kapil Dev when I met him. But he was very sweet by then. Yeah.
Okay, so now moving on to another question that nobody wants to know. Are you and Miley Cyrus related?
Let's just put it this way. We don't talk, but there's a huge property dispute. They've kept the property in America and stuff, and so that is a bit of a problem. But I used to be very angry because when I first started in MTV in 96, there was no Cyrus name only. So I was the only guy there, so it was very easy to, there's nobody would, my name was mentioned, it was me. Then we got two more Cyruses in MTV. Cyrus Saukar, who became a VJ and actor, and now earns about 5 times what I do. And Cyrus Oshidar, who was the head of MTV promos and production. He was like the creative head. And he was also famous in the world of advertising and all. And then there's Miley Cyrus and her father, Billy Ray Cyrus. And then every third kid is called Cyrus. It's very embarrassing. I think I'm going to change my name to Ashok. Where's the Ashok? Koi Ashok hai? Yahan pe koi Ashok hai? There's no Ashok left. When I was young, Ashok was a big name, but there's no Ashok left. Now Aryan.
Ashok Chakra is still there.
Ashok Chakra is still there. It will stay, don't worry. Present government has promised me. No one can touch it.
Okay, so now that you've answered that it's not just Mile Cyrus Mera Tumhara, but you actually connected. So I think you are more famous than Taylor Swift. What do you think?
Why are you embarrassing me like this? I'm feeling so bad. It's like a younger version of my mom or my wife coming and making fun of me. Now I feel horrible. But and the thing is, my daughter's a big fan of all these people that you're mentioning. This like Miley Cyrus and Taylor Swift. I wouldn't even know who they are. But thanks to her, I'm forced to know who they are. And then she keeps rubbing how many followers they have, how famous they are, how much money they make, what charity they do. And then compares it to me. And I live with my mother, like in a joint family. So our whole lives are so different. But yeah, I'm not more famous than Taylor Swift. In fact, I don't even know if Taylor Swift would ever even pick up the phone if I called her. Shall we try?
She can't even return your call. Remember, you blocked her? Because we've gone down to Taylor Swift level now, we have to raise the bar again to reach Cyrus level for this podcast. So now raise the bar, Cyrus.
First they trap you in this chair with this big mic because they're huge production and I can't move. I feel like it's like a seatbelt. And then it's hot and I'm already sweating. My back is complete. Luckily it's an almost grey-black shirt, so you can't tell. और ये तो ये मैं तो अभी यूपी पहुंच गया तो I'm speech is changing because of the thing put in my mouth. Already I feel like a different person. You want me? I'll eat it.
Because now that you raised the bar, I can also raise a toast.
Okay.
Okay, but I actually do believe that you are more famous because Taylor is still a Taylor and you are Master Cyrus. So, I mean, that way.
You know, Master in Hindi films are used for the kid, huh? So, fair enough.
Okay, I think Cyrus, you're very edgy, but you still went for higher education, right?
Well, I went to acting school. Long ago called Lee Strasberg Acting School in New York, which you could do like a short course for 4 months. You can do a longer one also.
Where they teach overacting, right?
They didn't have to. I came with my own overacting.
So it was inherent.
Yeah, I passed it on to them. They're very nice.
Okay.
It was good fun. Main thing for an Indian male, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore kind of Indian male growing up where you never wash your clothes or you never... Mera zamana mein. I'm not talking about this present generation. It was an interesting thing of you're 21 years old and you're suddenly in another country and there's no bed. I had to share an apartment with 3 other boys. They didn't tell me there were only 3 beds. So I had to sleep on the floor the first day. And then I went and found an aerobics mat for $2 to sleep on. These are the issues. Suddenly they became issues which you never thought of growing up. So it's more about that than the acting education.
But I think then your passion for exercise, kind of your Johnny Bravo look kind of came from that exercise.
My quads, देखिए बहन जी, मेरे जो quads है ना, वो solid है, मैं दिखा सकते हैं, but I don't think it will be correct for me to take my pants off on TV. But I am very strong. I do box squats for up to 460 pounds.
Wow.
But the only thing is carbs are genetics. Very difficult to make them bigger at my age without, which government doesn't approve. I'm waiting for approval and then. But a very touchy subject. So हर जगह पे, especially on the internet, they keep saying legs, missing legs day, and I wanted to shoot my leg workout, which is quite hectic. Yeah.
Okay. Bhaiya, get armrest for Cyrus.
Oh my God, what kind of podcast is this? It's like they fattening the goose before they slaughter it, something like that. नहीं है.
So life is a compromise. Then bhaiya, get chai.
वो भैया भी नहीं है. I don't know who that person is. Just a stranger walked by and they're calling him.
Like you can do it like a chai and...
Sumedha, I don't like chai. Is it okay if I don't have it? But for respect, I'll hold it.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to have a rusk in bond moment.
I think I'll need something I'll need stronger than chai. This is going to go on. If you have it.
You don't have the budget for a imported protein shake, right?
The imported, I have the cheapest. I always look at what side of the menu do you look at? I always look at the right side to see the pricing. Always.
Okay, so moving on, talking about all your shows and show-ups. What were you thinking when you played Chandler in Hello Friends? Matthew Perry is watching and he really wants to know. After your race performance, he's become your friend in need.
Look at this way. If your life is consistently filled with failure, in a way you're a success. You're currently doing the same thing. When Ajit Pal came to us, director, told us about Hello Friends. He gave the reference of Friends. It was still running at the same time. I was the only one in the crew who has never seen it. It was video cassette ka zamana, you have to get a video cassette and watch it. I had never seen it. Others had seen it. So I just want to say that I had no idea what the show was about. So I was just having fun, trying to get a free lunch and whatever. But the other 5 should be really taken to task. And unfortunately, because I'm the only one talking openly about Hello Friends, they only ask me questions. But the other 5 have seen Friends and yet they did Hello Friends.
That's commendable.
Yeah. So I'm like innocent, yeah. I'm the guy who just walked in and then the actor, "Aaya nahi to theek hai, aaja." It's like that. And I started acting.
I think they took overacting classes or something to kind of really show it on TV.
Yeah. Well, the first season apparently people saw, and then of course they got cancelled immediately. There was no second season. But look at it this way: 2000 or 2000 की बात है, yeah, something 1999, 2000 की बात है, and 23, 24 years later we're having this discussion. Now, how many shows you've done in your life which people remember after 23, 24 years? This is the only one, the worst, but still they remember. So that's something.
Okay, so now that it's established that you are a pro at getting lost as Indian translations of foreign shows, so I mean, if you were offered a role of Barbie Broacha, can you do it?
I didn't see it because my daughter went to see it with her friends and everybody was wearing pink and all. They were very out of place and upset. And she told me that she didn't like the film, so I didn't see it. I'm just scared of that Barbie because in MTV, what was that song? I'm a Barbie girl, you're a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. It played too much and it destroyed my confidence. It's a horrible song, really. And then what was the second line about you're fantastic, so elastic? It's just horrible words. It was. I don't know. It's almost like Hindi music lyrics from the 90s. You know, chole ke piche kya hai? I don't know, exactly all over the place.
So clearly you have a bad taste in music because it's topping the charts.
That's okay. That doesn't mean I have a bad taste, but I'm saying just because it's popular doesn't mean it's good. You know. Now, Hello Friends is popular.
Yeah. I mean, in your...
More people checked out Hello Friends in the last 6 months than they did in the 1999, 2000 when we launched, when we had it ahead on a television channel. It's got more hits now. We have a fan club, you know, Hello Friends fan club.
Maybe AI bots are the reason.
Whatever, somebody likes it. Bots, machines, AI.
So you've been on more reality shows, right? Jhalak Dikhlaja and all that.
Yeah.
More than people have been on bad Tinder dates.
Yeah.
Uh,
One is worse than the other.
So Squid Game creators have sent us a special request. In fact, it's a bloody invite. And they want you to be a participant. So would you accept? I mean, it's completely your choice because they're not my blood relation and neither are you.
Do you get paid? What do you want me to do? I'll do that.
Yeah, of course. That's the game.
I feel, look, the way it is, I feel that I'm in North Korea and you're a pretty version of Kim Jong-un. And it's best I do whatever you want me to do so that I may have a chance of going back alive. So what do you want me to do? I'll do that.
I think you should. As I said, that your cover is on.
Choice over karke. This is how women treat you. I've exposed you. Exposed.
Okay, now that I'm exposed,
So what do I do?
it has an X in it. So Elon Musk has got an X. What's your why and why?
That guy's a bit strange. I've seen him go from being like a left of center to completely right of center in just 4 or 5 years. I feel he's like an Indian politician, you know, where you can't tell where they really are because they can actually, in front of your eyes, just change from one side to the other. So I was a little disappointed in that. Otherwise, of course, he's a great man with changed the world, technology and all that. But I'm a little worried about his philosophy. So I stay away. I'm not really on that X or double X or whatever it's called now.
So what would you invent as a why? Because somebody has to,
I want to invent a internet shutdown virus so that people don't have the internet for 6 months just to see how everybody copes. I feel that would be a great idea. Just because I think people become too reliant on the internet. And imagine we can have conversations again, like we're having now. Who has that? Even at home, everybody's on the phone, everybody's, doing their own thing. It just killed conversation completely. 6 months, no internet. What do you think?
Yeah, that will be great, but then it kills the gossip, right? And then we'll not be sitting. How will we get paid, right?
Don't worry about all that, yeah. We'll figure that out. I'm saying that we'll go back to the old days of gossip, where you actually had the gossip. You had to actually talk in soft tones and all that and behind people's back. And you go back to the primitive style and then come back to the internet. The internet's made it too easy, everything. You wake up in the morning, you immediately send a message telling people what you think of X person, also unnecessary. The worst are the good mornings. Why do people send good mornings with nothing else? You spend 15 minutes just greeting people if you want to really answer. I think the internet shut for 6 months, really. I'm a big fan of it.
Everybody is saying that Cyrus wants to shut down on the internet, but he still wants to participate in Big Boss.
No, but there are reasons for that. Now, my manager said you have to go there. We haven't done any Janta show. We need to go back, go into the Gen market, little bit and all. So there are reasons that they pushed me to do that. I don't regret doing Big Boss. I had fun for most part. Only thing I didn't like was the khana. Khana was horrible. It was really bad. There was no food. I didn't know because I've not seen Big Boss properly. I've seen 2 minutes of fighting and also I thought that was the problem, was people how to deal with them, but that was not the problem. The problem was the food. It just wasn't any food. And they treat people who don't like vegetarian food really badly. That's hardly possible to get other kind of cuisine. It's only like this. I should dream in the night of Chinese food, Mughlai food, Lebanese food, Thai food, all these things. All we had was chawal sometimes. It was worse than tihar.
That's a revelation.
So if you're doing it, because all the girls lost weight and they felt very happy. So every week they would go, oh, dekh main kamar ko dekh, andar gaya, ye dekh, ye fit ho raha hai, finally I get into this shirt, pant. Me, I don't want to lose any weight. I get very worried. So this guy called Jad, who's like a 95 kg, well muscular guy. So he and I were becoming smaller and smaller every week. I lost 4 kilos, Sumedha. 4 kilos in just 23 days. And I worked so hard to keep my weight at a certain level and everything. It's very painful, yeah. So don't take the journey into Big Boss unless you want to lose weight.
So, alright, Cyrus. Now let's not let this podcast go to a waste. I've casted you without an audition. So let's move on to the next question. Talking of X, it's inevitable to talk about jobs, right? So since Cyrus Says became a thing, Simon is out of a job and a lot of kids are kind of really upset. What job would you hire him for in Cyrus Says?
Me? Hire myself?
Because you've only made him out, right?
You mean Simon?
Yeah.
Well, we always have co-anchors on the podcast because we are lazy. We're like 2-3 people. Also, my producers feel safe if somebody else is there because I can't remember anything. So they don't want to give me instructions. I can just talk peacefully and somebody else will take care of everything. So Simon will get the main job. He's like an anchor. Talk about if there's a sponsor, talk about the sponsor. If there are points, get to the points. Always come back to a script if there is one, all that. So it's great. Simon, if you're there, we have a Simon commission for you. Come, join us anytime. Let me tell you, podcast pays very well. Right, Sumedha?
Cyrus, please.
Come on, look into the camera. Podcast pays, not Cyrus Says.
Couldn't get into the family talk today. Couldn't keep up with the Broachas today.
Are you making a comment on keeping up with the Kardashians? I was forced to watch that with my daughter also. Amongst the most painful events after Hello Friends is that show. Please don't make me do that again.
So how is it in a day in your family? Like, is it like the Wednesday in the Adams or you guys have Monday blues?
Monday blues, my work is all up and down, so I don't get Monday blues, but my daughter still does. She's in school. My son's in Canada, where there's this whole political issues going on.
That's a big show off again. My son is in Canada. So much money, na?
Scholarship. We're a poor family, so we get a special Parsi scholarship. Every third child is sponsored in this center. Yeah. And
now casteism.
no tribalism. There's no caste involved. It's more like a tribe. Because Parsis are a tribe, by the way. We've got a tribe status because less than 70,000. Yeah. You should take photographs with me. Because 20 years from now, there may not be any Parsis. You'll have that picture, the last Parsi. And you keep it right here where many Parsis grew up. The studio that you're in, it's in an area where back in the day, a lot of Parsis were there as well. But coming back to the mom and the family, I remember I had done an interview with Bill Clinton in Barcelona. I'm not trying to show off, but MTV UNAIDS had this thing, MTV UNAIDS together. So we used to do a lot of stuff with them, the UNAIDS thing. He was the chairperson, he and Nelson Mandela. So I got to go there because being the only non-sexual VJ, they send me everywhere with you. I can't get HIV/AIDS because no one's going to have physical relations and all that. So I'm safe. So I met him and I was full of myself when I came back because I met Bill Clinton, I'm a small guy from Malabar Hill. It's a big story here.
In Malabar Hills.
Yeah, but it's Malabar Hills because that's where I come from. I can't deny that. You are what you are. I want to deny it. I hate it now. But anyway, so I came back. I remember I was telling my mom at 4 in the morning because when I had a bath and all that and they're all awake and I said, Mom, Bill Clinton was this, Bill Clinton was that. He called me by my first name, and spoke. And he said, Cyrus this, Cyrus that. And my mom said, yeah, that's fine, but did you put the geyser off? So, that's what I like about my family. They have no respect for us and they, you come back to earth very quickly. One of my favorite stories about my mother. I see you're not impressed.
Oh, I'm clearly impressed. I mean, but as I said, too difficult. It's too difficult to keep up with your wit and humor, and
I just thought
family is like an entire magnitude and galaxy. So I mean, that's...
It is. It deserves its own show.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That's what, our conversation hasn't built that kind of engagement. So I have to do something for the engagement.
Yeah.
So there is a fiction fact that I want to tell the viewers.
Okay.
That, Shakespeare was a hypocrite. Why, you may ask? Because he said, what's in a name? But he still had a name. So here's a named coffee for you. So
I'm supposed to hold it?
But it's expensive, so better drink it.
it's up to you.
Okay. What do you really want me to do, Kim Jong-un?
Whatever is your way.
I've had ordering about 300 grams of caffeine in the morning. Can I do the acting of drinking? Yeah, you like a socialite? Hello. Sumedha. All that. You know we're in Mumbai, right? With the police siren is... They just arrested the producers of Hello Friends.
I tipped them off that the overactor is here. We have laughed our lungs out. Police must be really feeling कि कोई लाफड़ा हो गया यहाँ पे.
So I'm anyways not the hussy to fussy types. So before we bold, the nut in me wants to give you something, because clearly you've not achieved something. So
Already given me chai which I don't want, coffee which I don't want, chocolate, I'm diabetic, you try to kill me on camera, it just happened in front of everyone. Then you ate some old toast which you brought from Delhi, I think. That too from old Delhi.
Yeah.
Made, I think in Muhammad bin Tughlaq's time or something.
It's soggy also. Right?
Then you gave me these buckets. But yet they come in Mercedes. Where's the damn camera? Mercedes Benz mein aayi thi. So obviously money is not a problem, but they treat us like this.
But I want to give you something which is worth and you can show off. So here's a world record for you.
Okay, this is a horrible moment. Obviously this is going to be embarrassing.
No, this is where you...
But see, if I don't take it, I can escape alive. But if I don't take it,
This is your moment to create history and
No,
be a world record holder.
the moment I take it, I'm going to look like a fool. I know that. Chalo, done.
Okay, so now clearly Cyrus is a world record holder.
Oh, that's a joke. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I think it's clearly the mic drop moment.
Yeah, superb. World record.